Welcome to another episode of The Buzz on Politics. Today I have a very special guest with me here in studio who's here to tell me about her run for District 14. Sunny, thanks for joining us today on The Buzz on Politics.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Now, we were talking offset about your journey into politics from a successful career in technology. Can you share with our audience why you chose to want to run for District 14?
Sure. Obviously that's the question I get the most is why are you running? Actually, usually it's why are you running? But I firmly feel that when you start to think about public office, it should be about what you want to do and not what you want to be. And so when someone approached me a little over a year ago and said, is this something you would consider? I looked deeply and started thinking about what do I see in this city? And I spent 6 years on the RAP board, including a year as chair. And in my role at Google Fiber, I got to work quite closely with the city and with JEA, and also with the city of Tampa and their utility, TECO. And so I sort of had gotten sort of an intensive look at how we do development and where we are on infrastructure in the city. And I felt like we could do better, that we need to do more. I really feel like when you look at our systems and our infrastructure, we want to be the bold new city of the South. And in order to do that, we need to make some investments there so we can continue to grow and take advantage of opportunities.
Absolutely. And what are some things with District 14 that you look at as an attribute? I know I love the Avondale Riverside area. South Kitchen is my favorite place to eat. What's one attribute of your district that you can point to and say, this is why I love District 14?
Oh my gosh, just one? I only can give you one.
Okay.
Well, first of all, District 14 is quite a large district. It actually goes from Argyle on the south side, which is down right next to Orange Park, all the way up, NAS Jax, Ortega Forest, Lakeshore. So it's a really, really diverse district. And I think actually that's what I love about it most, is that we have really sort of, and Murray Hill, can't forget Murray Hill. We have a really sort of a cross section of Jacksonville in this district. And I think that's one of its great strengths, because you really can see where people and the community stand on any issue all across the spectrum.
And what are some initiatives or some attributes that you're going to bring specifically to continue to grow and just continue to see District 14 flourish?
So a couple of things that I think we have to do as a community, and I think this is important for District 14, but it's really important for Jacksonville more broadly. We've had two really big storms in the last 2 years, and that showed us where we're most vulnerable. For 50 years, we have known there's been an ordinance on the books that if you build a new neighborhood, you have to underground our electrics. So for 50 years, we've known that that's a more secure and better path forward for Jacksonville, and we haven't done anything about undergrounding the existing electrics. So I think we need to come up with a plan mixing federal dollars and other creative ways to fund it, because it is an expensive project, but it's also expensive not to fix it. We had huge losses in productivity, and it costs a lot to put those crews out. We had 2,245 above ground outages in Irma, and only 12 underground. So I think the time has come for us to figure that out. And also on that same issue, I think we've got to figure out our rivers and our creeks to make sure that we are developing along our waterfront safely, and that we can continue as things change, or we have changes to what we're experiencing on the weather side, or even just, San Marco, your studios are right here in San Marco. Sometimes even just a bad high tide or a big rain can flood you all out. So we've got to start looking at what we need to do to address those issues in the long term.
Absolutely. It was catastrophic here at the Buzz. We were down for quite some time because of the storm. So you're absolutely right about being prepared. In regards to technology, how do you think Jacksonville is shaping up to be the technology center of the South, so to speak? I know that's the big push. I'm a technologist. You're a technologist as well. What do you think about Jacksonville in regards to technology?
So I think we have big plans, and we have a lot of individuals who are working. There's amazing stuff going on at Space 42, and I was at web.com last night, which is a huge company that's really working hard to make the web accessible to everyone. But I do think that our systems downtown need to reflect that same sort of innovation. And City Hall is still working off old systems, and we should be upgrading those as well. We should make it easier for folks to develop. You shouldn't have to, if you're a resident and you need to figure out what's going on in the city, it should be easy to find out if the development, what's happening with the development across the street, because that should all be online. So I'd love to see some investment, not just in our innovation space, which I think is growing and really vibrant, but also in sort of the bread and butter, how we get stuff done in Jacksonville. I work for Google. I've worked for Google for 11 years. I'm totally a data person, and I think that we could be putting that data to work for us.
Don't tell anybody, but I search myself on Google 3 to 4 times a day.
3 to 4 times a day?
I have to. Because,
does it change?
Well, because I write for Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, other publications.
So you're on the news search. You're
yeah,
looking at the
well,
news
no,
search.
and also on the organic, search as well, because not all content that publishes online about me
I'm
is
now going to search
specifically
you
in
3 or
news.
4 times a day.
Please do.
It'll
be great.
Get you.
Now, in regards to that one reason that people should vote for you, what's that one reason, other than that you're a great technologist, you're definitely approachable? I don't want to give all of the attributes, right? What's that one reason that you believe that people should vote for you?
So I grew up in East Tennessee, and I think that as in a Jewish family, we were definitely a little bit different than the folks around us. It was a rural town, and I have friends who run the political spectrum across. I don't live in a silo, and I think that my approach is always to figure out how we can work together. And I think in Jacksonville today, we really need folks who are willing to ask questions in respectful ways to get us to the right answer as a community. And I think that that's why I would vote for me, because I am going to be trying to work for everyone together and bring us all back to the table.
Absolutely. And share with our audience how they can go out there, help you fundraise, knock on doors, and support your campaign.
Sure. You can find me at www.votesunny.com. I'm also on Facebook at VoteSunny, or you can follow me on Twitter at Sunny Gettinger. We're going to be running a little bit of a different campaign. We're planning on doing a lot of service projects both in the district and in the city at large. So if you are interested in maybe coming out and helping with some of those things, we'd love to see you there. Or joining me and my kids as we go door to door to canvass. So thank you so much.
Your kids are so awesome. They're
Thank
out there. They're out there.
Oh yeah, no, the kids. I'm telling you, Court is my petition captain. Like we were at the arts market the first day it opened, and he was like, "Mom, really think there are a few more people down at the museum, so I'm gonna go down there."
Nice.
Is that okay? It's like, I'll be on this side of the street. I was like, go for it. He came back and he had 20 petition signs.
Wow,
so
wow.
I was like, oh wow, you're gonna be the boss of that.
Phenomenal. Sunny, thank you for joining us today on the Buzz on Politics. You've been phenomenal, and we look forward to having you back.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It was an honor. For another segment of the Buzz on Politics, I'm Jeff Shuford, your host. We look forward to seeing you at the polls and in the next segment.